Oh my God. Okay. You gotta quit.
Good luck. He beat the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
I just don't know why he wanted to do that. It's so easy for him to beat.
Joe Rogan has blasted Sean Strickland over his controversial sparring habits, and this time, the UFC commentator didn't hold back. Strickland is once again in hot water for beating up a non-fighter during a live stream, a disturbing pattern that's no longer surprising, but increasingly alarming. What was once brushed off as intense training, or just Sean being Sean, has clearly gone too far. Even veteran MMA fans, fighters, and coaches are now speaking out. Rogan stressed that it's becoming a serious issue. This latest incident adds to Strickland's growing list of wild sparring sessions, but public patience is wearing thin, and calls for accountability are mounting.
I'm scared about touching myself, and then you hit me somewhere, and I drop, and you hit me.
I mean, that's what's gonna happen. Are you gonna fucking be a little pussy, or are you gonna actually try not to die?
I'm not hitting you harder. What am I doing?
Whatever the fuck you want, dog. We're just going, dog.
It's all right, yes.
Nothing bad.
It's the worst you can do is take it back.
In the latest incident, Sean Strickland sparred a man with no professional fighting background, live streaming it for thousands to watch. As usual, Strickland didn't hold back. The clearly overmatched opponent absorbed heavy shots, leaving him visibly shaken and possibly injured. The power imbalance was glaring from the start. It was never a fair exchange. Yet Strickland treated it like a real fight. Though he's done this before, broadcasting it live intensified the backlash. Clips quickly went viral, sparking outrage across social media. Fans, fighters, and critics alike condemned Strickland's reckless behavior and poor judgment, calling for consequences and questioning why such conduct continues to go unchecked.
Do that with Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya will take care of you. I swear to God. He'll pop you a little bit and let you know that you're helpless, but he won't fuck you up. There's like some streamer, he wouldn't hurt you. But Sean Strickland's a different animal. Sean Strickland he's got this fucking man code, and he believes in it. You got to get when you see him fight Adesanya in the 5th round, the guy wasn't even breathing heavy. I mean, he looked like ready to go 5 more after that.
He's got like just his natural ability is his cardio. Among, he knows how to fight well too, but naturally he just has cardio for days.
Well, I got to think that has a lot to do with constantly sparring.
That most UFC fighters would frown upon that and say the same thing that you're saying about Strickland?
100%. Every fighter looked at that and they were like, "Oh my God, that's despicable. That's disgusting. Like, what are you doing? You're a trained fighter."
Yeah.
The guy doesn't train every day. He's barely ever probably put on a pair of boxing gloves before.
Right.
He does this thing on the internet, and he makes his money that way. So, and then to go into this profession against this guy, and then him just to go 100%, like, who are you trying to prove? We get paid millions of dollars.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. He's in the clinch. Yep. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Butt high. Back out.
Know that Sneeko dude? Sneeko or Sneaky, when he tells Sean, I want to fight you and go hard and all of these things, he's still expecting something. I don't want Sneeko to have his feelings hurt. They clearly were. I hope that Sneeko has some level of pride in what he did. The really foolish thing that he set out to do, he passed some real tests. I hope that means something, because I know it wasn't just his face that was hurting. I know his feelings were damaged. But what I don't know that Sneeko knows is Sean doesn't know how to do that another way. Before you get mad at Sean, or before you think it's cool what Sean did, none of that's the message.
What are your thoughts? Did you see that fight between him and Sean Strickland?
Yeah, I was kind of upset. I ain't even never met Sneeko, but I'm a fan of Sneeko as well. And me being a fighter, we know, like, we look at you guys like civilians and like, Sneeko got hard and shit like that. But I used to like Strickland until I saw that. And I lost respect for Strickland. You know what I'm saying? I want to spar him now. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit.
It's overkill.
You don't do that shit. Like, you can spar and teach. You can.
I felt the same way, but I was like, nah, I have to fight in Sydney. I have to fight. I haven't fought in this side of the world in so long. And then Dana was like, listen, kid, you got enough money. Just chill out for a while. I'm like, yeah, it's not
For the
that.
Strickland fight?
Yeah. So I was like, nah, I went all stubborn. And then in hindsight, I'm like, maybe Dana was right. Maybe I should have just chilled. But again, look, I love these stories. This is how it's supposed to happen.
Adversity is a privilege.
Adversity is a privilege. Amen.
Shout out, Volk.
Shout out, Volk.
That was like just a sparring thing. Like, hey, I'd be down for it, and he said he was gonna kill me.
Look though, with the Sean Strickland thing, the fact that he says that, he tries to cast fear into people before they ever even show up. I went to the gym to spar with him, and he was busy doing media stuff. He knew I was coming, so I grappled Gordon Ryan, who, that was probably worse. That sucked. You know, Sean Strickland tries to stay a step ahead of people and say
that he went on one of the most legendary post-UFC careers I have ever seen. Completely reinvented his brand and went 6 straight fights undefeated, ticking off crazy names like Michael Venom Page, Luke Rockhold, and even the Underground King himself, Eddie Alvarez. And you can see in this clip here, not only is there a disparity in weight, but clearly fitness as well, because even though Sean Strickland is looking thick with 4 C's at this point, he...
Oh yeah, Sean Strickland. That's a good one. That'd be a fun one. He'd probably hurt me in there, but you know, he's busy being a champion over in the MMA world.
Dana White recently shared that Sean Strickland is going to be getting the winner of you and Drickus after this weekend. How do you feel about that? And do you think he should be in line as opposed to the winner of Rob Whittaker?
You're not listening, are you? You're not. We've already answered that. We talked about that earlier on. All right, that'll be the last one. But yeah, thank you. This was fun. And yeah, till next one.
Traditionally, we see dominant champions get an immediate rematch, right? But Israel just had one of those with Pereira fights. So do you kind of, I know this is a Tuesday question, but do you sort of think, well, let's just book it again because Israel looked so off? Or do you just sort of see how the division plays out and leave Israel on the side for a moment?
No, I think you do the rematch, absolutely. I mean, the rematch is interesting. That could be the thing, too. You know, when you think about you're going into the Pereira fight, such a big fight, you know, and you've been in there with...
Here's the thing, guys. Jake Paul, he can box. Nate Diaz, he's old. He's retired. He's had a shit couple fights in the UFC. He doesn't train. He's fucking fat. Jake Paul is probably roided the fuck out. Jake Paul can't box. Tommy Fury, was he even an active fighter? Tommy Fury wasn't even active. He lost to a semi-pro boxer.
Shawnee Strickland. I said, I'll send you the PJ. Let me know where we could spar for $1 million. And then all of a sudden it's, oh, I would get sued by the UFC. But you just sparred Sneeko. You could spar anyone. I disagree with Dana a lot on many, many things, but we agree on also a lot of things. And even Dana himself said, can't put Sean Strickland around any human being. So I feel bad for the guy. I see a very insecure, lost, wannabe, like alpha male that.
You gonna get it back?
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's on my list. But again, it's just not for anyone else, just for myself, because he kind of let one of the cats out the bag about the activity and my body and whatnot. And we're all going to fights banged up, but that one I was just like...
He fought on one leg for a couple of years.
Yeah, but we've done the work. I'm taking my time to heal myself and stuff, and I'm only fighting like, what, 2, maybe, if we're lucky, 3 times a year. But like, for me now,